Hi, everybody. I made it. I'm Donna Norris, Soul Level Intuitive. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. I'm coming to you tonight from Tallahassee, Florida. We just got in. We're halfway through our road trip. Bogey says hi. He may want to sit behind me. Lori's Teresa. Hi, it's good to see you. Hi, Lori. Oh my gosh. Thank y'all for being here. Had a little bit of family stuff going on, so I'm headed to Texas. As y'all know, my dad is pretty sick, and he had to go in the hospital suddenly on Monday. He is back home now, but things are different. Things are changing. So I'm going to Texas a little bit earlier than I had planned so that I can spend a little bit more time while I'm there with my daddy. So anyway, thank you guys for being here tonight and for your patience. I haven't been as regular as I wanted to be with these lives. But anyway, with that being said, I hope you're having a good month so far. This has been a magical manifesting month as far as August goes. So I'm pretty excited about how things are shaping up, and I hope things have been the same for y'all. I know we've always got challenges, right? But there's been a lot of really things that have gone right too for a lot of us. I love hearing from you guys in the comments and the emails. So thank you for sending those. I feel really blessed every time, I get some feedback or an email from somebody. So thank you for those as well. And I do have my Wisdom of the Oracle cards with me tonight. So let me just take a deep breath and get centered. We literally just slid into the parking lot about 15 minutes ago. So I did I have a mindful meditation that I can do with my eyes open while I'm driving, and it helps to me to get centered, but I just need to take a breath. So Lori Christine, do I have a message for you from your guides? I am in great need of hope and prosperity right now. Okay. Well, let's see what your guides have to say. And apologies, today's like a makeup free day. I can't get the lights to work behind me, so we're just going to have to roll with what we've got. Thank you very, very much. Let's go with the guides here. I keep getting a message for you, Lori, and it feels like maybe this has happened before. And correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but like your life is about to make a turn. Like your guides are showing that, whatever direction that you're focused right now, you need to kind of pivot a little bit. Or, sorry, I don't like to use the word need because that indicates lack. But it might be a good idea to consider shifting your focus just a little bit in a slightly different direction. They're saying that the expectation is that what you're seeking is in the direction where your current focus is, when actually it's like over here. There's a new opportunity coming in. It may not look the way you thought it was going to look. It may not be something that you thought it was going to be. And what is this? This feels like something to do with something to do. Like, I don't know if you're considering a job change or a shift in your environment, but it's like an environmental change. And I'm seeing you in front of a computer. So I don't know if that means that you normally work in front of a computer, or maybe you don't normally work in front of a computer, but they're showing me like you sitting at a desk in front of a computer. So anyway, I hope that helps. And thank you for the question. And I would love to hear if that makes sense, and I'm going to keep going, but thank you. Bora Bora 333, how are you? Oh, look at that sweet picture. Please hit like and subscribe. Oh, y'all are so sweet. Thank you. I am trying to grow my channel, and all of that I really do appreciate. Thank you. Hello, Glow. Nice to see you. And thank you for sending healing light to my dad. His name is Sid. And right now, this is not in what I do. It's not in the belief system for my family. So we really are not I'm not able to communicate with them about what they can expect, and how we'll still be able to connect. But I'm hoping that once he gets to the other side, um, he'll find that awareness and be willing to come back. I know it was not in the belief system of his parents, and they have come through, and other people in my family, of course, have come through in mediumship. So I'm hoping to still be able to have that relationship, just in a different way. Thank you. Sherry Nida, God, so good to see you here. Thank you for being here. Hello, Ellie. Thank you. I hope you and your thank you. I appreciate it. Things are shifting and changing, as I said. So thank you. And I appreciate all the love and light and prayers for my dad. Thank you. And I, too, am looking for the most benevolent outcome, what's in everyone's highest good. The illness that he has is one that it's in his lungs, and it comes from a lifetime of working in the petrochemical industry. It's not asbestosis and it's not COPD, but it's one where the blood vessels that supply the capillaries in our lungs, all those little bubbly looking like things, they're connected with these little blood vessel, little twigs, branches or whatnot. And when, in his case, as his illness progresses, the blood vessels tear. And so whenever that happens, oxygen going anywhere south of that tear just doesn't happen anymore. So he has slowly, over the course of the past few years, lost lung capacity. And right now he's down to 10% or less. And he's on oxygen all the time. But even sometimes with an oxygenator tank pumping oxygen, the other day, he just passed out just from standing up. And we thought he had a stroke, but it turns out that he didn't. It was just the effects from losing consciousness. But anyway, he is back home, and for now he's doing well enough. So I'm on my way there. Taylor, thank you so much for the good wishes. And I'm so glad you guys all know each other. Aran Williams, hi. Any tips? Oops, I need to remember to click. Dasher, it's okay. I've got my 14-year-old dog is a little fussy right now. Irene says, hi, any tips on how I can make my husband spend more time with me, or any message about my teaching career? Let's see what your guides have to say. Your guide's showing me that there is an opportunity for you to also, outside of your teaching career, if you wanted to do something different in the way of a shift, you could, and it would be really good for you to work like one-on-one. I don't know if you've ever considered like tutoring or doing private schooling, but this is something that they're showing that you could really have an impact. I don't know a lot about this. My kids are like in their 30s and 40s, but and my grandkids are not in school yet, but I know that a lot of times with homeschool, especially as kids get older, they homeschool parents kind of band together, and then they'll go out and hire somebody to come in and have a special webinar or, that kind of thing, teach something special. So if you have something that really interests you that you'd like to share with students, and a lot of times within the confines of what your lesson plan is supposed to be, or maybe for the grade level that you're teaching, it wouldn't be a great audience, but you could still do it. You could just do it outside of the normal classroom, if that makes sense too. And then you could work with kids at all ages, and whatever you think would have the most appeal for what it is that you enjoy teaching the most. I hope that makes sense. This is what they're showing, like make it your own special blend, make it your own special soup. I like to call the different modalities that I mix together to do what I do, my own special blend. But like take the things that you really enjoy teaching and get excited about sharing with kids, and maybe try that. I don't know if that's something that you had thought about, but because it's almost like they're saying it's almost like you could phone it in with the way that your teaching is set up. The structure is such that it's not a big challenge anymore. You're really at the top of your game. You've got it. You know what I mean? You've got that down. I'm asking now about ways to like rekindle time together with your spouse, with your partner. They're talking about starting with the little things, noticing the little things. Find something to compliment. Just, you look really nice today, or oh, I like that shirt on you, or something like that. Just those small compliments, just when he least expects them. They're again going back to like looking for things that you both used to enjoy that you might enjoy again, or if things have changed and evolved. They're talking about like finding a Netflix that you would both want to watch together, or finding something else like that, maybe a bike ride, or I'm just throwing things out there. Even like a staycation, if you're anywhere near some point of interest that you might want to just take a day and go see it, and just toss those ideas out there. Maybe one a week, they're saying, just toss it out there and just see what happens. It may take a bit. They're talking about also that we've lost, not you personally, but they're talking about how our society has sort of lost the touching, the even just like putting your hand on their shoulder, touching their hand when you talk to them, hold their hand in yours when you're trying to talk to them, and giving them full attention. That those kinds of things in our society, we really don't make the time to do that anymore. But focusing on making eye contact when you're talking, as opposed to, talking to them while they're sitting over here and you're doing the dishes or whatever, or putting something in the microwave or whatever, that kind of thing. Just give them your full attention, even if it's just for a minute or two, and start working on that, and putting yourself out there. It's almost like working up to, they're saying it's like working up to ask somebody out on a date. It's, put yourself out there. It's difficult. Even in a relationship that you've been in for a long time, it's really difficult to take that risk. But just try for just a little bits at a time. Yeah. So that's what they're giving me. And do something nice for yourself. They're talking about if you like flowers, bring home some flowers. Get some fresh cut flowers from the store. They still have those, small bundles where you can bring home some fresh cut flowers to have out. Something that's going to brighten your day and shift the energy in your home. It's something like that. You might try shifting crystals around. If you have crystals in your house now, you might want to try putting them in a different place. If you want to, like, for example, bring in abundance, you can get some jade and put jade by your front door. It invites in more prosperity and abundance. If you want to spice up your romance, for example, this is about a relationship, you can put some rose quartz in your bedroom. And that's always a good one. You can put a little bit of rose quartz in every room. I like to, because then it just sort of raises the vibration of every room in the house and tends to amp up people's tendency toward compassion and patience and graciousness. And another really cool tip, since you had mentioned the word tips, is put the word love in every room in your house. If you can find a little plaque, even just write it on a piece of paper and tape it to the mirror, but just find maybe little plaques or little somethings with the word love. You can even get place cards, the back of a business card, and write love on it, and just sit it in the window over the sink, or set it in a little windowsill. It doesn't have to be out in the big fat wide open. And it raises the vibration and it lifts the energy of the room because you know it's there. Anyway, I just think it's a wonderful tool. It's worked really well. I have the word love in every room in my house, and it does seem to help when I focus on it. So something positive you can focus on. And thank you so much for the questions. I hope things shift. Hello, Michelle. Hi, Michelle. I'm glad you're here. Hi, Taylor. I'm glad you're here, by the way. Hi, Donna. Will my relationship with MT change, or has it run its course? What your guides are showing me is almost like you're looking for something, but you're looking this way and he's looking this way, as opposed to, both looking in the same direction together. It's what they're showing me. You might try some of the things that, I just mentioned, to see if maybe if it's your desire to keep things on track, want to be looking in the same direction again. This is something that you can also try. If nothing else, putting the word love in every room of your house is going to raise your vibration. And, we attract, that's what we'll attract more of, right? What we're focused on. So I think that would be really good. And they're not giving me a direct answer for whether it's run its course. They're just showing that you're not both looking in the same direction anymore. So I hope that helps, Michelle. Thank you. Taylor Knight says, do my guides have any messages for me for the next 2 weeks? Let's see. Your guides are talking about like you're getting into getting into a new routine, getting into a not necessarily brand new, but it's just like you're incorporating something new. I don't know if you've got like a new fitness routine, or if you've got a new stop in your day-to-day activities. You've incorporated something new. So I'm seeing like they're talking about like adjusting your pace. If there's something new in there, rather than doing everything else that's already in your schedule faster to make time for this new thing, maybe look at what you could not do as much of, in order to keep a nice, steady, even pace and be able to focus on this new thing. Next 2 weeks. Sleep. I don't know if you're having trouble sleeping, Taylor, but you might consider like something to help, like binaural beats, solfeggio frequencies playing softly in the background at night, that kind of thing, to sort of help get you into that deep REM sleep so that you can get really good rest. Yeah, because there's a need. They're showing like if you're catching yourself like holding your breath, that's an indication of tension. That's an indication of stress and a little bit of overload. So focus on your breathing. But whatever this new thing is that's coming in, it's something that you'll want to make room for. So thank you. I hope that helps. Hi, Jessica Lynn. Hi, Kat. Nice to see you. Any messages from my guides? Let's see, Kat. There is something new coming into your mindset. It's again coming back to the mindset of things. What would it be like if everything fell into place? Like if what I'm searching for or what I'm working toward right now in terms of my goal happened sooner rather than later. What would that look like? What would that feel like? And it's sort of like give yourself that little time to think about that and feel into that and get into the woohoo kind of energy of yes, things are going my way. And it's sort of like a little mini morale boost because things are coming your way. So it's like they're talking about there are things that are coming down the road that are coming your way. And so be ready to show that real fullness of appreciation and gratitude. And because we can't see around the corner, our guides can. And so they're talking about that there's something like coming right up for you. Don't walk past it. It's almost like, it's going to be there. You'd really have to try to walk past it. But just be on the lookout. Thank you. Ooh. They're like going like this. Like, come on. It's going to be fun. Thanks, Kat. Thank you for the question. Jessica Lynn would like a message from guides for September. Ooh, let's see. I'm going to pull cards on this one. Let's do a little 3-card reading of the energy of where things have been, where you are right now, and what the likely outcome is going to be coming into September. Can't believe it's already the end of August. Wow. Okay. So I'm getting poised, but in protection. It's almost like there's a little bit of like, I don't know if I want to do this. Maybe you've been debating a change, or you've known something is coming up that you're not really looking forward to, and you got to do it, but you're not really wanting it, if that makes sense. And the place where you are right now is loyal heart. So this is a place where, it's time to look at what it is that you really want. This is a focus on what and who is most important to you. Both of these I want to show you have flags. Flags are all about, see, there's flags up there, flags at the top of there. That's about change. So there is change coming. And this loyal heart is about, being true to yourself as much as extending yourself to your significant other if you're in a relationship. There's some reciprocity there, and it's time to seek some balance in that. And the outcome is a deep knowing. And I don't know if you see at the top there is the owl. There's going to be something that you're going to learn either about your partner or yourself. By going within and just asking yourself, what is it that I really want? How can I best be served? What's in my highest good? And looking within. This is going to give you some really good spiritual insights going into September so that you can set your intention, release what doesn't serve you anymore toward that intent, toward what's in your highest good, and set your intention for pursuit of that. Even if you don't know exactly what it is, you can, by just focusing some intention and attention to what it is you really want, you can figure out what you don't want, if nothing else. I know sometimes for me, it's been process of elimination. Well, I know I don't want to do that. I don't want to have that. So just do the opposite. Anyway, thank you, Jessica Lynn. I hope that's helpful for you. Sherry Neidig says, hi, anything what my guides can give me on some medical tests that I will have this next month, and good vibes to you and your family. Thank you so much, Sherry, for that. I really feel like I've talked a lot about my family this year, and I almost, for the last up until this year, I just really didn't. But I guess with everything coming up, I feel like it's best to be transparent. I'm here to support you, and I really appreciate, I can feel the love back. And so thank you for that. These lives are like my sanity break. I really like this, and I appreciate the opportunity to be of service to y'all. So let's see what the guides can tell you on your medical test, Sherry. Why do I get, I'm getting like a false positive, or something that's being shown initially as being more severe than what it is. It's sort of like that is coming up. So it's almost like something happens in the test and it's incorrect. So if it doesn't feel right to you when you get this medical test, Sherry, I would ask that if it's any way that you could take it again. It just feels like the test is going to show a degree of dis-ease, that it's not quite as bad as the test would make it seem. Okay? So that's what they're showing me. God, I hope that's true, and I hope it comes out okay for you too. Thanks for sharing that. And let us be of service, and let me know if I can send Reiki to you for this test coming up, or for the month of September. I'm happy to do that. Okay. Bora Bora says, can you read on the energy around my mom, Helen? She is in failing health. Thank you. I have one dog whining and the other one's going spastic. Having a great time. He's playing with the dog in the mirror right now. Okay. Let's see what the guides have to say about your mom. I feel like that there is, with your mom, there is something going on with the medications that she's on that needs to maybe be evaluated or reevaluated as her conditions change. The level of medication and the way they medications interact with each other. It's not anything huge, but this is something that needs to be looked at. And inconsistency, she's not, I don't think she's always remembering to take her meds when she's supposed to. So I don't know if she's got one of those like little pill dividers where you can set out your pills for however often a day you have to take them, and then set them up a week at a time. And then all you have to do is set an alarm, or help your mom set an alarm in her phone so that it goes beep, 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 when it's time to take her meds. What I'm seeing too about like your energetic body is sort of like pulling in towards yourself. And that's natural. That's what we do when we go into protective mode. It's not, we literally are like turtles. We just go into our shell and we bring our energy in. What we can do to be of the best love and service to those we love and who we want to help is to instead puff your energy out. Like literally just breathe in the grace, love, peace, and protection of the universe. Hold it in your heart space. And then when you breathe it out, just envision that you're spreading grace, love, peace, and protection all through your energy field. Because our energy field goes beyond 3 feet around us. It's in all directions of us. So if we're sending out that message of grace, love, peace, and protection, healing, throw the word healing in there, to help, you can build that energy such that it helps people respond. Even though they don't really understand energy, they respond to it. Animals certainly do. They navigate by energy all the time. So it will help your mom to boost her and flag her, boost her flagging spirit is what I'm trying to say. So I hope that helps you. And I don't know if she's anywhere close to you and you get to see her on a regular basis, but stopping by for an extra hug, it never hurts if you're in the position to be able to do that. Thank you so much, Bora Bora. Ellie says, oh, yeah, it's really, really unpleasant. And he's got dementia on top of that, so he doesn't always remember what's going on. So it's just, it is what it is. Anyway. Look at all of you. Blessings. I'm glad you're here. Glow says, I'm very excited to finally watch a live on my day off. Yeah, yes. Do my angels or guides have a message for me? I am seeing the color pink. I am just seeing like behind your guides and around your energy, there is pink. Now, pink, when I'm reading with animals, that's all about, the kindness and the compassion that exists in our relationship between us and our animals. But when I see it just in this kind of case, this is something about your empathic abilities and being able to feel things more deeply. And they're asking that you really kind of feel into the things that are going on, the things that you observe. And it's kind of a way, it's a fun exercise if you want to look at it like that, of bringing yourself around to being more fully present in what's happening to you throughout your day, right? Again, feel into the energy of making your plans, and also as the things you encounter and the people you encounter, and focusing on just focusing on mindfulness and being an observer of what's happening around you. I hope that makes sense. That's kind of a useful thing. Really useful tip. Anyway, I hope it works for you. Venus, hi Donna, may I have a message from my guides, please? Absolutely. And I hope your mom is okay. I seem to remember something about your mom had been sick. I remember her because she was on my Reiki list for a while. And I think I remember hearing you say in another live that she had gotten sick again. So your guides are showing me that you have been doing some like spiritual house cleaning, or maybe physical house cleaning, like clearing away the clutter and making some more time for things that are going to make you happy and things that are going to be in your best interest. Like not necessarily it's sort of like around boundaries instead of being extending yourself and giving until you're pouring from an empty cup. You're taking a little more time for yourself. They're also showing that you're not trying to overload your schedule. And right on. So this has been something that they're excited to see you doing more of. So I hope that continue with that spiritual decluttering. I love that. They're showing me post-it notes too. Like, I don't know if you're the kind of person that lives with like little post-it notes to remind you to do certain things. But they're like, go and toss those post-it notes. Oh no, hope that makes sense. Thank you, Venus. Boy, oh boy, look at all the people. I'm so excited. Bora Bora says, I have been a caregiver for my mom since my sister passed 14 months ago. Wow. Yeah, that makes sense. And Venus is worried. Worried about her mom too. You really are a sweet soul. The people who are the caregivers are like angels with skin on. I don't know how my mom does it. She's my dad's caregiver primarily, my sister secondarily, because my sister lives right across the street from them. So anyway, God bless you both and what you're going through with your moms. Polly says, hi. Hi, Polly. Message from my guides. Okay. I'm going to do a quick reading and then I'll check in with your guides. This is just what I feel like I should do here. Quick card, I mean. Oh, this is really interesting. So what the card says is time for a nap. This is one of those where you have been super busy and you're being caught up in the busyness of your life. And it's time to step back, take a rest. I don't know if you could take some time off work or if you could take a little bit, just have a mental health day if you call in sick and just rest, read a book, watch TV, do something just totally that you wouldn't normally take the time to do. Give yourself that time. Just it's time to rest and recharge so that you can be your best self when you step back into your normal routine. Because your guides are showing you're like a ball in a pinball machine, like all over with all these different tasks and projects and responsibilities. And there's no point, they're saying there's no point in feeling bad that you're not getting to do everything to the nth degree or that you're not able to get to everything because there's so much that there's no way you could get to everything. They're saying just know that, give it your best shot. That's all they ask of us, our angels and guides, give it our best shot every day. And they can arrange things, they can stretch time, they can send in other people, other guides, other angels to fill in those gaps where maybe we don't always get to check everything off our list every day. It does take care. Things still work out. That's what I'm trying to get at. So I hope that works for you, Polly. Thank you. Hey, Gina. Nice to see you. Venus, sorry for your loss. I also lost my sister 9 months ago. Wow. Y'all do have a lot in common. Oh, I'm so sorry for your losses. Both of you. Iran says, thank you so much. Yes, agree on teaching and husband, live near Los Angeles. Yes. Cool. You've got lots of points of interest around LA. Maybe something that you've always intended to go get to go take in that site and just treat yourself. Let's see. Gina says, can I have a message about the next upcoming month for love, for career and love? Yeah. Gina, there's something about writing. Not sure if you're a writer, but your guides are talking about making a list. They're talking about like, what is it that you want in the perfect person? What would your perfect partner look like? What kind of, not necessarily physically look like, what kind of attributes are non-negotiable? Be they trustworthiness, honesty, timeliness, the strength, the kind of, what kind of character things, traits do they have? They want you to really think about like what's most important for you. What are the deal breakers? Loyalty. And then even like once you get the heavy stuff down, then all of the like, oh, wouldn't it be nice if he looked like Errol Flynn? Or, wouldn't it be nice if he looked like Brad Pitt? Or, that kind of thing, those kinds of little, it would be nice to have that type things, but just take some time, have a little fun with it, but also really seriously search your heart, they're saying, and then embody those attributes yourself and look for them to be mirrored back. When you meet people who have them, give them a second look. They might not seem like your type in the beginning. Some of the deepest and most profound relationships I've ever had have been with people who I wouldn't normally think would be my kind of person, if you know what I mean. Yeah. But they're also saying that the planets, the stars are aligning. That's interesting for you. The stars are aligning. There is a new person coming into your life, but it's something to do with work. It's like you're just literally like meeting them and shaking hands with them. It almost feels like a business meeting type of thing. Formal, but not too formal, that kind of a deal. But this is somebody new coming in for your career. I don't know what you do, but it'd be pretty cool if you're in sales, maybe it'd be a big new account or something like that. But something new is coming in. Someone new, I should say. Yeah. They're also saying get out and do something that you don't normally take the time to do, to put yourself out in the world in a place where you can meet some people. Maybe take a walk in the park. Again, I'm just guessing. Get on your bicycle and, ride around. Just do something that you wouldn't normally do. Doesn't have to be anything extravagant or expensive or terribly time consuming. Go for a walk in a new place. I don't know. But this is what they're saying. So good luck. I can't wait to hear how things go in September. Christina O says, hi, Christina. Can you tune into Poppy and ask her why she has decided she should only potty upstairs in the last week? Okay. She has, it's like she's upset about something that happened. And it's her way of coping. And I feel like there's an element of anxiety around it. I just feel a tension level in her body as I feel into her body. So I may need some more information from you on that, Christina. Like, is she not supposed to be going upstairs, or is she supposed to be, if there's something more to that maybe I'm not getting, but anyway, more will be revealed. But I do feel like an anxiety, tensions, something has upset her. So thank you for the question. Blessing says, my husband and I care for stray and feral cats in our area. Oh, wow. Very cool. More angel work. One of our charges went missing, but we did find a fresh leaf on his favorite chair. Will we see him again? Male cat named Tipper. As I tune into Tipper, I see this cat on the move, like traveling along fences and like just walking along a row of a fence row. And it's just walking, walking, walking. So I'm not sure if that makes sense for you, if the fence makes sense. But I'm also seeing a sunset around Tipper. So I don't want to try to interpret what that means. That could mean, that he's moved on. It could also mean that he's crossed over, but I don't feel energetically, it doesn't feel like he's deceased. It still feels like a living animal to me. So I hope that helps. I have to remember that things don't always have to make sense to me, that maybe you'll know exactly what he's talking about with the fence. I don't know. Aran says, love in every room. I will do that. Oh, yes. It's really effective. It's really effective. It lifts my energy anyway. Bora Bora says, I like A Place for Mom on both YouTube and email, Venus and Donna. Oh, I'm going to write that down. A Place for Mom. I guess that's a YouTube channel? Okay, thank you. Thank you for that, Bora. Oh, you like Hospice Nurse Julie also on YouTube? Yeah, I love her. She is really awesome. My dad's been on hospice now for about a year. And I just drank in all of her videos when this all started transpiring. So thank you for that. I haven't looked at her videos in a while. I probably should. Here is Dia. Hi, Donna. My rescued feral cat, Bella. Is she one of my Passover cats, Chloe or Tabitha? She's coming in going, oh no, I am not, I am me. I am my own girl. And tails up, ears up. She's also showing that she has this thing where she flattens her ears down like when you're scratching on the top of her head. That feels really good. But she is quite independent. But she's in a place of allowing. So I think that's really nice that she has reached a place of allowing, such that she can integrate into your household. I love that. But she is her own girl. Thanks, Tia. Oh, congratulations and good luck with all of that. LE says, Honeyman is, oh, I love these names. Honeyman is a feral kitty. He's always under my feet and dangerous for me to walk outside. I lose my tipper somewhat. I'm a paralysis risk. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I've tried asking him to stop, but seldom listens. What next? Okay. He's bringing a message of also like being present in the moment. Thank you. Slowing down. And another thing that you can do, physical, just practical tip, but a water mister doesn't have to necessarily be the pointed spray, but you can mist him and he'll move away. And it'll get to a point where he'll see you coming with the mister and he'll hold his distance. So that I have found to be very effective with overly affectionate neighborhood animals. That's just my tip. That's me talking. But what he's trying to bring to your attention is that it's time to be in the present moment, being mindful of that, what's happening in the moment, especially when you're out there spending time with them. That's really neat. Hunt B says, I'm late, but I made it. Hey, hello, like-minded friends. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you. Let's see who else is on here. What else we can do? Oh, Aunt B has a question. Can you tell me if my dog in the picture, Shelby, is feeling okay? Can you see if she's hurting anywhere or see if she is happy? Well, let me see if I can bring Shelby in and do a little body mapping with her for a minute. Wow. Okay, I am feeling something immediately with Shelby in my abdominal area. Like it feels like my lower abdomen, sort of in front of where my hip socket is, like right down in that lower part of my gut. I don't know what's actually there. I don't speak doctor. I don't know anatomy. But there's something also, the dog being different than me. I don't know what that means for dog. But there is something that's happening that's providing discomfort, lack of comfort there. Thank you, Shelby. Okay, so now I've acknowledged the message from Shelby and it's lessening. So it's taken it away. So what she's showing me is like it's not constant. This pain when it comes it's pretty sharp. I mean, I've felt it and it's uncomfortable. I'd probably say on a scale of 1 to 10, it's like a 4 or 5. And then it fades. So now the person, my left brain side, was wanting to kick in and say, is there something going on with her diet? Is she getting grain foods and maybe she needs to be grain free, or is maybe it's something to do with her diet? But that's just me talking. I just know that there is a little bit of discomfort going on in her abdomen. But in terms of, is she happy? Yeah, she's very, very happy, and she loves she's showing me like being next to your leg, wanting to be like by you. And she's looking up at you and she just adores you. So thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to work with Shelby. Hope that helps. You got it, Sherry. No problem. Going down to Venus, my client has severe dementia. Oh boy, I've been working with her every day, and 4 months ago she started remembering things. Oh my gosh, when it comes to someone with dementia, it's very important to work with them. You're right about that. You're right about that. And what's so funny is like there are some things that are sharp as, and then other things it's like poof, what did I get up for? You know, that kind of thing. Glow says, yes, it makes sense. Oh, good. I'm glad. Venus says, I've never been a post-it note kind of girl, but I just bought post-it notes a couple of days ago to start. Huh? That's funny. Maybe that's a premonition. They're saying, don't know about the post-it notes. That's funny. Joe says, Joe Lombardi. Hi, Joe Lombardi. Glad you're here. I just got on and was hoping that everything was going well with you. I missed your introduction. Things are just shifting and changing. As you can tell, I'm in a hotel room and I'm on my way to Texas to spend time with my mom and dad. Sassy Lizard 312, love the name. Is my mom helping my sweet daughter Jennifer? Let's see. I feel like your mom is helping Jennifer. She's also got like one of her guardian angel like is helping her. Jennifer is like, she is like surrounded by positive loving energy. I don't know the situation here, but I just see around Jennifer's energetic body, there's positive, there's love, there's like people are sending, directing love energy toward her. Your mom being one. Wow, that's really, I wish you could see it. It's really cool. It's almost like if you could picture a meteor shower, but you know, like when you see a meteor shower, they're all, the shooting stars or whatnot are shooting all across at weird angles across the sky. But just picture if you could see shooting stars all going down to one spot, just like it's what it's like. It's really a neat image. So thank you, Sassy Lizard, and thank you for being here. Glad you're here. Anja Ashdown says, hi, Donna, my internet just came back on. Oh, good. Any info from my guides about a great job prospect? Let's see. By the way, thank you for the lovely comment earlier this week. Appreciate that. What I'm getting, what they're showing me is they're like mixing and they're pulling things in. They're like setting things up, but they're still kind of like mixing up the right job opportunity. It's almost like they're baking a cake and they don't have all the ingredients yet. So it's about timing. They're saying it's about timing. Oh, this is so funny. I just drew a random card for you and it's building blocks. So it's like they're setting up the dominoes. They're setting everything in place. You know how you could stack dominoes vertically in like a line or a pattern or a design, and then you just hit that one and it goes makes a pretty design. That's kind of what they're working on. But I feel like what I'm asking, like if there are any indication of when this is going to happen. And it feels like it's soon. It doesn't, I'm not seeing like a yardstick or way out in the future or anything like that. It feels like it's going to be pretty soon. So thank you, Anja. I hope that helps. I love knowing that they're working on your behalf. I love knowing that when they're working on any of our behalf. And so we'll just kind of have to keep our patience. Christina says, back to Poppy. My mom was at my place for a couple of weeks with Scylla and Sammy. She also was with Poppy Pippi for a day. Oh, that makes sense. She shouldn't be upstairs. It's all carpeted bedrooms. Okay. So that makes sense. Okay. Schedule with you when you are home. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I will be, who knows? I know I'll be back by the 18th of September. I'll be back in Florida. And on the 19th of September, I'm doing something with Susan Lynn, or for Susan Lynn, for her clients and her membership. So I know I'll be back for that. If any of y'all are in Susan Lynn's membership, we're going to be doing prosperity bowls and how to make a prosperity bowl. So L.E.'s thought, let's see. Okay, I thought he'd be easier as a listener. I have had him for years. Thank you. One of 16 to 20 I've cared for since 2018. Wow. That's incredible. That's a lot of cats. Maybe he's just choosing you. Maybe for you, for him, you're home. Yeah, how about that? What a sweet thing. Aunt B says, back to Shelby. Stomach, she is afraid of food. I can't find a food she loves. Putting her food on the plate helped. She's the one that ate metal candy wrappers years ago and has had issues since. Okay. Y'all have to remember, I wake up in a new world every day when it comes to readings. So I'm just going with the energy of the moment. So maybe that is why when she gets these pains in her abdomen, it's still maybe a remnant of that. But there are certain, wow. I know that when it comes to food, especially with dogs, beef and chicken are two of the are warm type foods, and they can be, especially beef and pork, can be hard on a dog's stomach. So if you could consider switching to lamb or turkey, those are cooler foods, and they tend to react better with the dog's metabolism. And then the other thing you can try is grains or no grains. And some people choose to make their own dog food, basically. I've used raw food for mine combined with a little bit of kibble so they get a little bit of crunch. And I'm learning about this whole tartar buildup thing with dogs. It's really been a journey because, man, doing dental work on a dog is way more expensive than my dental work. I'll tell you that. But they're supposed to get, I thought that the kibble was what was staying up there and giving them tartar and giving them trouble. But actually, that's what helps scrape the tartar away, is something like that. It's the soft food that sticks up at the top of their gums and gives them gum problems. But unfortunately, my little dog has teeth about the size of a pebble, and so it can't be too crunchy, or else it'll break his teeth, because the canine dentist is already saying his little teeth are loose. So I have to walk this tightrope. Anyway, I know it's difficult sometimes to find a successful winning formula for what's best for your animal. So I wish you luck with that, Aunt B. And I hope those little tips help. So, well, it looks like we are at 9 o'clock. Oh, Aunt B's got a little more. What she feeds. Human grade food. Spend more on her food than I do mine. Here, I'm same boat. She often whines after she eats. It just might be that tummy thing. Guess it's time to go to the vet to see if she's allergic to something. Thank you so much. Yeah, good luck with that. I hope they can figure out what it is. Venus says, Donna, it's truly amazing. Yeah, my client had a neurologic test last week as well. And they said she was improved since last year. Gosh. So working with them, talking to them about things they should remember, I guess. Reminding them about things. I may need more information on exactly how you're working with your client, Venus. That sounds really encouraging. So thank you for that. Oh, and Blessing says the fencing makes sense. Good. Well, thank you. Thank you all. I appreciate your time and for all of y'all being here. Thanks for joining me tonight. And I will be in a place where I can do a live. Mom and Dad have really crappy internet, so I won't be able to do anything while I'm there. But next week, at maybe the end of next week, I'll be able to be back and do a live. So thank you for hanging in there with me, and stay tuned, and I'll look forward to seeing y'all next time. Have a good night and a great weekend. Bye for now, or a great week. Bye.